A few weeks ago, a few months ago, it seemed like a few weeks ago, my family, we were all at my parents' house, and they consisted of me and Ashley and my sister and brother-in-law and our parents and our little niece, Savannah. And we hadn't had Caroline. My sister just had Caroline a month ago, but it was all of us. And Savannah's 3 years old, and she is the joy of our family. And we were all over there, and my parents have kind of a long house, and so we were all there just enjoying our time. And Savannah likes to play hide and go seek with herself in the house. And so the house was kind of long, and so it was no big thing for her to run off to a closet and hang out. And so one day we were sitting there, and we didn't hear her anymore. And so we said, okay, well, Savannah's hiding somewhere, Dad, will you go find her? And so my dad goes to the closet where she normally is, and she's not there. And so he calls her name. He's like, hey, Savannah, sweetie, where are you? And she's not answering. And we kind of, okay, well, we kind of were looking, and all of a sudden it becomes scarily obvious that she's not in the house, and we can't find her. And so the 3-year-old little blonde-haired girl, we cannot find her. And it goes from just a calm, she's probably fine, to a flat-out panic. And we are running back and forth through the house. I mean, I'm pulling out kitchen drawers. I don't know why. I'm pulling out kitchen drawers, and I'm looking in the drawers, and I'm thinking, it is a panic. And for probably 20 minutes, we cannot find my niece. Ashley is running down to the park, which is 2 blocks away, asking every person that we see, have you seen a little girl, little blonde-haired girl, blue eyes? I mean, we are beside ourselves. My sister, who's at this time at full-term pregnancy, is sprinting up and down the street, which is a good way to put yourself into labor. Just crying. We're all crying. We cannot find our most treasured possession, our niece. We can't find her. The most important thing to our family, we cannot find her. And I'm sprinting up and down the street. I'm screaming, just yelling out, Savannah, Savannah, Savannah. Cannot find her. And like I said, this goes on for 20 minutes. We cannot find my niece, and all these scenarios are going through your head. I mean, this is just the most scared. I don't want to be a dad anymore. I can't find my niece, and I'm losing it. And the scariest thing that our most treasured thing is gone. We can't find her. And finally, my brother-in-law, in a panic, grabs the computer chair and moves it, and the desk is kind of built into the wall, and underneath it is my niece, curled up in a little ball, looking back at him, not saying a word. And what happened was that she was potty trained, and she had an accident, and she was scared, and she didn't want to come out. And we found her, and me and Ashley were crying. I was ready to throw up. I mean, it was awful. And as I drove home that night, I could feel God saying, this is us. Don't you see this is us? You go missing, and I run after you, screaming, because I can't find you. And you're too scared to come out and say, here I am, I've messed up. And we didn't care that she had messed up. All we cared about was finding her, finding what was most treasured to us. And so often that's what we do with Jesus. We mess up and we say, he can't, I've messed up, he can't have anything to do with me. And we run from him, we hide from him. Just like the garden, Adam and Eve hid from God and he came looking for them. Christ comes and calls our name, and the most incredible thing was that the impression I got was God said, you know how scared you were? Take that and multiply it by 100, and that's how I feel for you when you're gone. And there's this idea in Scripture that we hear about called brokenness. Christ wants us brokenness. And the guy who inspired me to be a worship leader at church camp one year, we were singing a song that mentioned brokenness, and he stopped and said, don't sing about brokenness unless you mean it. Because brokenness with Christ is so sincere. And it comes to a point whenever, just like Savannah, we're hiding from God, and we say, I'm broken, I want you above all else. I want you beside anything else. What's so amazing about God is that the brokenness he brings in our life, even though we don't understand why it's happening, sometimes it hurts, it's that it's so loving. And the way he calls us into him is so loving in what he does. And so as I sing this song, I want you all to think about brokenness before Christ and how much he loves us. To the cross I look, to the cross I cling, of its suffering I do drink, of its work I do sing. For upon it my Savior, both bruised and crushed, show that God is love, and God is just. At the cross you beckon me, draw me gently to my knees, and I am lost for words, so lost in love, and I'm sweetly broken, holy surrender. What a priceless gift, undeserved life that I've been given. Christ crucified called me out of death. He called me into life. I was under your wrath. Through the cross I'm reconciled. At the cross you beckon me, you draw me gently to my knees, and I am lost for words, so lost in love, and I'm sweetly broken, wholly surrendered. At the cross you beckon me, you draw me gently to my knees, and I am lost for words, so lost in love, and I'm sweetly broken, wholly surrendered. On the cross I must confess, how wondrous your redeeming love, and how great is your faithfulness. On the cross I must confess, how wondrous your redeeming love, and how great is your faithfulness. At the cross you beckon me, draw me gently to my knees, and I am lost for words, so lost in love, and I'm sweetly broken, wholly surrendered. At the cross you beckon me, you draw me